Hello everyone! So today we are going to continue working on our musical staff, but this time we're not going to learn about treble clef anymore. We are moving on to bass clef. So let's begin. So first I'm going to draw our 5 lines for our bass clef. Like this. And so bass clef looks like this. The symbol for it looks like this. It's kind of like a backward C with 2 dots right next to it. So that is bass clef. So treble clef, if you're looking at music and sheet music, for example, for piano, like I said in the other video, the treble clef is for the right hand usually, and the bass clef is usually for what the left hand should play. So now I'm going to take our red marker and fill in our line notes like this. And I will also number our lines and spaces so we don't forget from our treble clef. That stays the same. So from the bottom to top, that's how we always count. Like we're going up the stairs. I will now also fill out with the black marker our space notes. Like this. All right. So if you remember from the other video, our first line in treble clef was E. But in bass clef, it's actually G. So that's the main difference between treble clef and bass clef on the musical staff, is that the first line on the bottom is G. And then when we go up the stairs, we just continue going with the musical alphabet. So what would be after G? Does anyone know? It would be A, because G is the last letter in the musical alphabet. So we go back to A. So the next one is A, like that. And then B, C, D, E, F, G, and A. So that's bass clef. You can also have ledger lines, as I mentioned in the treble clef. Bass clef can also have ledger lines. So, for example, I will actually take the blue marker for that so we don't get confused. So I'm going to draw 2 ledger lines here and 2 ledger lines up here. I'll take a green marker now. So if we were going down, we would go backwards from the G. So if there was a note, oh, my green marker is not working anymore. I need a new green marker. Let's try. Let's go with red. Okay. So if there was a note right under that line of G, it would be F, because we're going backwards in the alphabet. So F. And if there was one on the line, on the first ledger line, we would go backward from F to E. Very good. Like that. And then the one below E, below the first ledger line, would be D. And the second ledger line, we just keep on going backwards in the alphabet, would be C. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. One above A, we just go up, would be B. And then the first letter line above that staff would be C. And the next one's D. And the next one is E. So take a look at that. So we're just going up the alphabet. That's all we're doing, or we're going down if we're going backwards down here. So as long as you know A through G, you will master the treble clef and the bass clef. So in treble clef, I showed you how the spaces spelled face, right? And that was a quick, easy way to remember the spaces. And that the lines spelled the sentence, every good boy deserves fudge, or every good boy does fine. Well, there is a cheat sheet way to remember bass clef, spaces, and lines. So let's learn that. So I'm going to erase everything here. Blank. And I'm going to draw again our 5 beautiful lines. Draw our bass clef beautifully. And now let's start with the lines. And I'll also do the spaces and lines. I will show you the numbers so we don't forget. So line 1, we start with G on line 1, right? And so I remember all the lines from memory because I've been practicing for many years, and you can also learn how to remember them too through these little tricks. So I will write it in. G, B, D, F, A. Okay. So if we had our spaces filled in, it'd just be G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So here's the sentence that helps me to remember the line notes, and our line letters. Good boys deserve fudge always. So it's very similar to the treble clef. The treble clef was every good boy deserves fudge. And here it is, good boys deserve fudge always. Or good boys do fine always. We could also use that one as well. So I'm going to write that down. I'll go with the fudge because again, it's tastier. And there are other lines, and there are other sentences that can help you remember. But maybe you can even make your own sentence, make up your own sentence that can help you, especially to remember. You don't have to use this one, but this one is the one that helps me. So lines. I'm gonna write the sentence down. Good boys deserve fudge always. Yes, they do. And so, there you have it. I will also fill out the words with the blue marker. Like this. so you can see what I mean. Now, we are going to try the spaces. Unfortunately, it's not as easy as in the treble clef where it was F-A-C-E, which spelled face. That was super easy, right? Well, this one's not that easy, but it's still easy. So let's give it a shot. Okay. A, C, E, G. Those are the ones in the spaces. So if we just go up the alphabet, same thing. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So the way, the sentence that helps me to remember the spaces is, are you ready? All cows eat grass. Not too bad, right? Not too hard. All cows eat grass. So I'm going to break that down for you. I'll also take the blue marker again. All cows eat grass. All cows eat grass. So there you have our bass clef musical staff. And I know that grass isn't as tasty as fudge, but for cows, that's kind of what they like to eat. So as I said before, you can try to make up your own sentence with these letters, and that can be kind of fun to do. Some that might help you even more. But like I said, these are the ones that I've learned and that have helped me learn how to remember them. So to end our video, I'm going to review everything we learned in a little bit of more clear way. So let's try. I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw treble clef and bass clef together, so you can kind of see how that looks like. Okay, so there we have our treble clef and bass clef. So we'll stick with the lines first, just the lines. Here we go. This. So for example, if I said, what is the second line in treble clef? Well, if you remember that the sentence for treble clef for the lines is every good boy deserves fudge. You start with that. Every good. Oh, good. So that's G. I can make that a little more clear. That's a G. Now if I say, what's the last line in treble clef? So we do every good boy deserves fudge. F. This is making me hungry. And let's try something in bass clef. So, what is the third line, line number 3 in bass clef? So we remember that the sentence is good boys deserve fudge always. Okay, good boys deserve. So that's D. And what if I say, what is the last line? So we do good boys deserve fudge always. That's A. Beautiful. Now we're going to try, the last thing we're going to do today is try the spaces. Draw my musical staffs here. Okay, and now we're going to try our spaces. So if I say, tell me what is the first space in treble clef. So we remember that the spaces in treble clef spell face, so F-A-C-E. Oh, the first one's F. There we have it. If I say, tell me what's the last one? Well, let's spell face again. F-A-C-E. Now in bass clef, it was a little trickier. It was all cows eat grass. Okay, so let's say I want to find the third space. So this is the third space because we count from the bottom up. 1, 2, 3. So now we do our sentence, all cows eat. That's E. And if I say, let's do the second line, space. Oops, I'm getting them mixed up. All cows. C. So this is how you find the lines and spaces in both the treble clef and the bass clef. So as long as you remember those sentences, or you can make up your own, that might be fun. That can help you remember. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson and that it helped you understand a little better these letter notes on the musical staff. And in the future, soon I will make another video very soon showing you on the keyboard or on the piano where some of these notes are. So that could be kind of fun if you want to learn how to play the piano or maybe just how to understand it. So thank you, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!